Noble Motorsports presents the Goody's Dash Series. Hello race fans and welcome to the Week 7 recap of the Noble Motorsports Dash Series. And folks, we've got a heck of a race for you tonight. We're coming from Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. A 1.5 mile facility that's well known for some great racing in the past. Great racers have been seen to do amazing things with their cars on this track, and well, the Goody's Dash Series by Noble Motorsports was no different. We were really hoping to bring a great race. Your points after Talladega Super Speedway for Week 6 were Nicholas Worth in first, Tyler Harris second, Rick Donovan in third, Nate Tretal fourth, Julio Terzano the second and fifth, Francisco Scaramuzza, Sean Medling, Andrew Kessler, Jared Como, and Matthew Weltenbach rounding out your top 10 in point. This is the first time this season that we brought the knockout qualifying format to the Dash Series. We tried it at Talladega Super Speedway, and we brought in the format this evening where we're going to put all the cars that signed up and joined the race on track for the first session, and then advance the fastest 10 to the final session to determine who starts on the pole. Now, before we get into the knockout qualifying replay, I'm going to take you on a lap around this track and give you some clues as to what we're looking for to get a really good lap out of here. Now, the key to a fast lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway is to go into the turns as smooth as you can to maintain your momentum and speed coming up out of the turns, but not overdrive it and wind up washing up into the wall. That's especially important coming down this back stretch where your speed's going to reach in excess of 183 miles an hour going down into turn 3 and 4. You don't want to overdrive this turn right here, folks, because if you come off this thing and wash up into 4, that will ruin your whole day. You come out of there with as much speed as possible, you're going to hit that line with a really fast lap. So now you have an idea of what these drivers are looking for when they do their laps. So let's get into knockout qualifying and see how that went down. So as the cars took to the track to get ready for knockout qualifying, we had all the usual suspects there. We had Loper, we had Shiflett, we had Gabriel Wood, a former pole sitter himself. We had all kinds of guys that were looking at, take that pole tonight. They set down a new track record, which was actually set by Nathan Shiflett in the 18 car back on the first race of the season with a 28.851. This is going to be an interesting set, folks, because we have a lot of guys just chomping at the bit to try this knockout qualifying and try and take that pole tonight and set a new track record. But it turns out we got a little bit of the old mixed with a little bit of the new, in that Gabriel Wood was your pole winner, which makes him a two-time pole winner so far this season. He took the pole back at Atlanta, but tonight he takes the pole and does set a new track record of 28.634, shattering that old one of 28.851 set by Mr. Nathan Shiflett. So anyway, off we go to the race, and sit back and enjoy this. So as you see, that was one exciting finish. Unfortunately, once again, we finished under caution. I tell you what, folks, if the pace car was an official entrant in this series, he would have the points lead by a far margin. Final results of the evening were Matthew Wilson back, picking up his first win of the season. Congratulations, Matthew. Julio Terzado comes in second, Landon Loper third, John T. Muschin Jr. fourth, and Tyler Hare rounds out your top five. Gabriel Wood came in, made a great comeback from being 2 laps down due to some technical difficulties, came back to finish sixth. And unfortunately, Nicholas Orff, the guy who led 67 laps out of the night, as you saw, had some pretty serious problems there on that last restart, winds up finishing 15th. Now, folks, I want you to go back and look at this replay. This young man blows a clutch, I think is what they said it was, a transmission issue anyway, in front of the entire field in first place on a restart. And his reflexes were so sharp that he was able to get the car down and out of the way. And a lot of credit goes to the rest of the field for completely missing him, but he got his car out of the way and did not take out the entire field, which could have been a disaster. So as you see, the final stats for the evening, we had all of our laps run, which I don't think we've ever actually not run all the laps, or even more for that matter. As I said, Nicholas Orff led 67 laps on the night, folks. That's 8 laps short of the entire race. I think the only time Nicholas lost the lead was just a couple of times coming across the line where it scored him behind Gabriel Wood, or maybe once or twice coming out of the pits. There were 9 cautions for 35 laps under cautions. That's damn near half the race, guys. We've got to do better this week in Atlanta. We had 5 lead changes, but again, I don't really think they count because Orff was just the dominating factor all night long, and it shows why this kid has got the chance that he's got to move up at Noble Motorsports and run the truck series like he is, and he's even making a good showing there. So looking forward to see what Nick can do in the truck series next season and in the dash series. As far as your points go after this race here in Charlotte Motor Speedway, your points leader is still Nicholas Orff, but you got Tyler Hare bringing up second, Julio Terzado the second and third, Rick Donaldson down to fourth, Matthew Wilson back up to fifth, Francisco Scaramuzza, Andrew Kessler, Nathan Shiflett, Jared Como, and Gabriel Wood rounding out your top 10. By the way, Gabriel, welcome back to the top 10 in points. Well, that's it for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed the recap. I am your host, John T. Muschin Jr. Next week finds us at Atlanta, Georgia, at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Another mile and a half. Promises to be a great race. Hopefully we'll see less cautions and more green flag laps. The leaders of our little group here, of our organization, have decided to make some changes, so make sure you check your emails and see what those rules changes are. I'll see you next week, but until then, remember, race fans, you got to go fast. You got to turn left, because if you don't, it's going to hurt.